We are situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On second and inches, Mariota, a screen to Bell. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Mariota now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
It's just me. Check 24, check 24. Mike 51.
Mariota to throw it. His throw incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 52's the mic, boys. 52. Hey, tight. Back 2's the mic. Mike back 2. Mike back 2. One. You better be afraid.
Again, it's Mariota. Forced out to his left. And now another one thrown incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Check. 154. Hey, alert.
Rosen now off the bootleg. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
Hey, and let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Motion! 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. I'm here all day.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And a very similar result again. The Jets' defense once more stopping him behind the line.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
You got nothing to run. You got nothing.
From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. And that will be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10.
Switch, switch, switch. Slam, slam, slam.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I got one, I got one. Three. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the bravo. I got you. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. He's counting me.
Mariota. That's complete. It's Bell. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Mariota on 3rd and 2. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Had a bit of a lane there. Took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I'm coming for you. You mine. 54 is mine. 54 is mine. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
To throw is Rosen. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
He's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Rosen to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
All right, T, let's go. 57. Hey, box truck.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He's got his man here. It's Green. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 32-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Mixon with a first down carry. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action. It's Rosen. Flushed out right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. From the gun, it's Rosen. He's got his man, Boyd. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Middle.
On first down, Mixon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
At the 13-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Rosen will throw. He's got Green. And the stop will come inside the 5 and the 4. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now it's Rosen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
I'm going back to you. Watch out. Under 10. 10. 1. Where are they, team?
Now Mariota. Caught by Jones. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
3. 52 is the mic right here over there. Contract is the mic. Here I come. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
From the gun, Mariota. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Sponge! No! One! Check 24! Smoke! He's crossing! He's checking crack!
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
One.
On third down, Mariota caught here by Bell. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. But you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Preston Brown, there to knock that one away. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, so that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Check. Lucky.
Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Jake Elliott readies for the field goal try. He was originally drafted by the Bengals. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty. Never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Joe Mixon. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 22-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Here's Rosen. Looking sideline, incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's third down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And the Bengals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third and 11. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He gets this one to Boyd. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Rosen now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now Rosen looking to throw. And that's complete. It's Green here. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now it's Rosen looking. That's complete. Bernard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Rosen to throw again. Got his man. It's Eifert. 16 yards, a first down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Hard. 57 Mike 57. Hey, pick it smooth.
Again, it's Rosen. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 16 yards. A little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Now Rosen. And he's got his big tight end, Eifert. And it's a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Eifert in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Bengals 10, Jets nothing. Randy Bullock set to kick off.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Exit. 55. Watch the run. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check. 55.
Final play of the half here, Mariota. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Rosen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Complete to Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll go again with Bell. The way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. 30 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. after the touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a jet shaking up on the play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Rosen now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon, and he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Alert, alert. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Monday. Let's 57.
On play action, Rosen. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
On 1st down, Mixon, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Check Mike 57.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rosen, he completes it to Boyd. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Rosen now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Motion. 57's the Mike. Watch 57.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And room there to work it inside the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Here we go. Alert, alert, alert. Watch out, watch out. Hey, nice 7.
Here's Rosen to throw. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. Elsewhere, second half action at Heinz Field. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Rosen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Watch twins. Watch that.
They'll run with Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Rosen will throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Taco Charlton. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Third and long here for Rosen.
And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Bullock's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Getting the sack, the Big D tackle.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense, great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
And 10 at the 43-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
Now it's Rosen. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now back to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Throwing again, it's Rosen. He wants it all for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Joker. 80 weapon.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Play fake. Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. It's caught. Jones. 21 yards there on third down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Where's 52? Watch 52.
Mariota on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack by Jordan Willis. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Shift. Watch the shift. Whip. Watch the whip.
On play action, Mariota. They'll roll him out right. He completes it to Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Mariota now. Caught by Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jordan Willis in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
Check 26, check 26. Back. 3. That's a what? Switch it. Come on, switch it.
He's back to throw. Rolling to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Hey, check. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Hey. 3.
3rd and goal, Mariota. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
52's the mark, boy, 52.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Check that. We don't like 52 right here. I got you. 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. Check.
Now Mariota on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The Bengals drive about to get going. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing Week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Cincinnati, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to...